Hello, good morning to all of you. I am Dr. D.D. Sawant from J.A.T Arts, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon Dist-Nashik. Today, we will discuss on the topic that is a water harvesting. What is a water harvesting? For that, we are using the water, and water is a basic necessity for all living things. Biotic means a living things. So we use water for our daily needs. For example, for agriculture, transportation, construction of buildings, roads, dams, etc. Water is a natural habitat for aquatic organisms. Human activities are affecting the availability of water and causing pollution of water bodies. As a to circulate the water, for utilization of the water, uh, to store the water, for that what can be done? So for that, dams can be built, lakes can be done, ponds can be done, earthen dams can be built. So like this way, with this, the advantage we will get from these dams, availability of the water will be there. For the agriculture, irrigation facility can be given. For producing electricity, also for water can be utilized, for supplying water to towns and cities. And with these dams, when dams can be built, with this a floods can be controlled. Various organisms can be rehabilitate in these dams also. Secondly, if we'll see that what advantages are there from these dams. Number one is a social problem. It displaces a large number of people who have to be rehabilitated. Second one, that is economic problems. What economic problems can be created? It is expensive and uses a huge amount of public money. Third one is environmental problems, means it causes deforestation and loss of biodiversity. As here the dams are built, so as various projects have been located nearby the India. As if you'll see the Narmada project, which is nearby Maharashtra and Madhya Pradesh, which is on the tri junction of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra. Here, the project which is built, for that agriculture has been developed, many practices are done, and here the water harvesting as a important point to be noted. So for that, water harvesting is collecting and storing rainwater for future use, and hence the common methods of water harvesting are as the digging pits, ponds, lakes, etc. For building, while building some earthen dams or concrete the check dams, it will also harvest the water. Construction of dikes, construction of reservoirs, as various reservoirs which can be constructed as the dams, as dams, and construction of rooftop collecting units in houses. Secondly, if we'll see that advantages of underground water, Those are it does not evaporate easily, it spreads out and recharge wells, it provides moisture for irrigation of crops, it does not get polluted easily, it does not provide breeding ground for mosquitoes and houseflies. So, for environmental consideration, it is quite true that environmental degradation has already reached its peak, and hence the project authorities claim that the dams will hardly add to it as a environmental degradation, except for submergence of certain areas. Apart from a few botanical and zoological species which will be affected by the filling of the reservoir, there is in fact no other dangers. The project envisages provision for the creation of botanical gardens to protect and preserve affected species. So the authorities have planned massive afforestation programs and the study of microecological systems to maintain ecological balance and ecosystem equilibrium. About the possible acceleration of recession of mountain glaciers due to the construction of dams, the authorities argue that as regards glacial recession, it is scientifically not correct to say that the construction of reservoir will add to it. So here different methods of water harvestings are there. So it will control the water level, and hence the utilization of the water will be given for drinking purpose, for agriculture purpose, for industrial purpose, for domestic purpose, for other purposes also. So what consideration should be there? So for that, a rainwater harvesting, this is the one of the diagram, and hence such type of projects can be built up. Here roof catchment which is given, and hence at the time of monsoon season, the when rain falls, at that time from the roof water can be collected from the overflow pipe, and hence uh, the water level of the underground will be recharged. So like this way, this is one of the picture which is in front of us as the rainwater harvesting. Nextly, if we'll see that in ocean and seas, mostly, yeah, near to the mining areas, coal and petroleum are fossil fuels formed by the decomposition of dead plants and animals inside the earth. After several millions of years, they are non renewable sources of energy. Next, that petroleum reserves may last for about 40 years and coal reserves may last for about 200 years. Coal and petroleum contain carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, and sulfur. When they are burned, they release carbon dioxide and oxides of nitrogen and sulfur. Hence, the carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas which causes global warming. Oxides of nitrogen and sulfur combines with moisture in the air and produces acid rain. Mostly in such regions where rainfall is not occurred, in those areas the acid rain means the rain which is fallen on that region, and hence that rain which falls as the acid rain. Environmental issues, no doubt that large area of so-called forested land would be submerged in the states of Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, and Maharashtra under the comprehensive as the Narmada Valley project which has been built, and hence the problems which are depletion of forest resources due to Sardar Sarovar project. Yeah, to present author has also traveled through the large areas in Madhya Pradesh and found the total destructions of forest. So to avoid this, pollution can be the depletion of the natural forest and therefore disappearance of natural ecosystem and habitats in the regions facing submergence of wildlife has become more or less extinct, or the animals have already moved away to other areas in order to review the ecological balance and to save existing animal populations. And his government had planned to create a sanctuary for bears near the site of Sardar Sarovar project. It may be pointed out that even existing Nal Sarovar and Velavadar sanctuary face acute problem of drinking water for the animals due to recurrent droughts. The canals of the Sardar Sarovar would provide required amount of water to Nal Sarovar and Velavadar sanctuary during droughts. So, thank you very much.